WutrAbcWeather.com.
For eyewitness weather forecast.
Hey, good evening to you. Let's get you up to date with the forecast. Dealing with the smoke, this is going to be around through the summer. We'll tell you why here coming up. As we look outside, you can see another veil of that wildfire smoke shifting south into the Mohawk Valley here. But the good news is this will be thinning out with time as we go into the overnight and into the day tomorrow. Still some lingering haziness, but not as prolific as today, and certainly not like we had to deal with just, 3 weeks ago? I'm going to show you some interesting numbers coming up here as well. So 74 now. That smoke particulate actually helps to keep the temperature cooler. The dew point is at 59, so that's very comfortable. So another very comfortable night across the Mohawk Valley, but the humidity will start to increase. So we're going to have that smoke around through this evening and overnight. Above that, it's clearing up there. Not down here, though. Temperatures will drop into the mid-50s with a light wind speed. Could be some patchy fog. Tomorrow, still some haziness, but less smoke overall. Much more humid. A warm front's going to come through, and the humidity is going to soar tomorrow. And I've had to include the risk of a thunder shower now into the afternoon and evening because there's a warm front coming through. And there's an old saying in the weather biz, you never trust a warm front because it's elevated convection. Warm, humid air goes up and over you. I wouldn't be surprised if there were a few thunderstorms bubbling up into the afternoon and into the evening. All right, so here's a look at the visible satellite composite. We show you this because it really does a good job at picking out the finer details. So the clouds up over the Adirondacks, that's that brighter white. But if you look really hard, this kind of filmy, creamy, milky look, that's that smoke plume right there. But good news, look at towards Buffalo, Erie, a lot more clearer sky out there. So again, the back edge in sight. The air quality now is at 172. So again, that's borderline healthy to very unhealthy. And check this out. As we look back through the month, there's the 4th and the 5th when we had that incredible AQI of up in the 400s. And you can see that we've been kind of in the yellows and greens here, kind of oscillating back and forth with the moderate to unhealthy air quality. And it's going to be around through the summer, and here's why. No other way to slice it. Canada is on fire. Pick a province, coast to coast. These are active wildfires right now. And you can see this is why we're going to be in and out of that smoke all summer. Smoke slow to go. Again, unhealthy for some, not for all. And more humidity returns along with storms as we go into the weekend. 71 now, Saranac Lake. 72, Coldbrook, Herkimer. 74, Springfield, Lawrence as well. So we mentioned that chance of a shower or thunderstorm coming up into the afternoon. Notice it's not widespread, but a few could be out there as we go into tomorrow afternoon as the humidity starts to soar. We're going to be right around 80 over the weekend, mainly scattered afternoon thunderstorms. There's a nasty bow echo right there moving through Illinois earlier. That's where the severe weather is going to be as we go through this evening and overnight. 7-day forecast, isolated storm developing tomorrow, less smoky, and then we get into this summery pattern as the humidity increases, could be closing in and nearing 90 by next week with some scattered storms mainly in the afternoon. We'll keep an eye on the 4th for you. Could be some natural fireworks.
Oh boy. I prefer the man-made kind. Pretty colors.
The good news about that is most of those happen at night, so I think by then most of the thunderstorms will have died down.
All right, thanks, Craig. Let's take a look at what's coming up tonight.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
Hey, good evening, everybody. So once again, we've been dealing with the smoke. Thanks, Canada. In all seriousness, though, you know, it's been really problematic, not just here, all across the Great Lakes, but you know, we've actually, compared to some other places, haven't had it all that bad. It was a little bit more prevalent today. That's a look live downtown. Tonight, there's still a little bit of that smokiness in the sky, but in general, it's clear, especially up above the lowest layer of haze. Comfortable night, too. No humidity. Well, technically that's not true. There's always humidity, especially at night. But anyway, mid-50s is where we'll end up for the low. So here's a look at Doppler radar tonight. Nice and quiet out there. We got to go to the west, young man, to find anything showing up on radar here over the thumb of Michigan there. That is actually a warm front, and it's a sneaky guy because it's going to try and toy with us a little bit tomorrow. The thing about warm fronts is they tend to cause what we call elevated convection rather than surface-based. I know I'm throwing a lot of meteorological nerd stuff at you, but basically warm air, humid air rides up and over, so the thunderstorms actually form in the mid-levels. Anyway, we're going to have to watch the chance of a shower or thunderstorm here as we go into tomorrow. 59 now, Lowville. Low 60s in Old Forge. 64 in Utica. 61 right now in Hamilton to Lawrence. 63 in Oneonta. 62 in Oxford and Springfield Center. Here's a look at what to expect. So the smoke's slow to go. Still going to be kind of loitering around tomorrow, but not as bad. So unhealthy for some, you know, if you have some sort of lung issue, but not for everyone. And more humidity returns as we go through the day tomorrow. And man, this weekend, it's going to be like drenching humidity. And in addition to that, there could be some drenching storms too. That's just what Jamie wants to hear, because she'll be camping this weekend. All right, here's a look at satellite Doppler radar. Again, we're watching that little cluster of showers off to the west. That warm front's going to try and sneak in here as we head into the day tomorrow. I think it goes through, and then we're off to the races, man, with the humidity. We still have the air quality alerts that are in effect through Friday. So again, unhealthy for sensitive groups. Watch as we go. Most of the day is quiet, but as we get into the afternoon, there will be very widely scattered, few and far between showers and thunderstorms trying to develop. So it's at least a chance. So you're saying there's a chance? Yes. Am I going to keep answering my own questions? Yes. So there'll be more scattered storms developing as we go into the weekend as well. So here it is for you. Again, muggy, high humidity, mainly afternoon storms. Temperatures are going to be right around 80 both weekend days. Showed you this real quick. Again, the smoke, notice up here on the legend, it's that lighter blue color, but there are some signs that some thicker smoke will try and make a run at us again tomorrow, but again, I don't think it's going to be as bad as what we had today. We should get into the mid-80s, comfortable as the sky clears tonight. 64 with a calm wind. 7-day forecast looks like this, and it's summery, to say the least, as the humidity returns right through the weekend and into next week. Scattered thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon, even into the 4th, as temperatures turn toasty, maybe 90 degrees by late next week.
I was really hoping you'd give us some sunshine for this weekend.
There will be some, but
there
will also be some storms around, especially
the storms
in the
will only
afternoon.
add to the weekend adventures.
And it will add to the humidity, too.
Yeah,
You'll
boy.
love it.
All
Have
right.
fun in that tent.
Thanks, Greg. When we come back, the 24th perfect game pitched in MLB history.
The Witness Weather Forecast.
All right, good evening to you. So once again, we've had the smoke in the sky over central New York and the Mohawk Valley. Still going to kind of languish over your brain tomorrow, but it's not going to be quite as prolific as it was today. So outside tonight, very comfortable. The humidity has dropped, so you can rest easy, maybe give the AC a break tonight. 61 now, and the dew point's in the 50s. So we're going to end up somewhere in the mid to upper 50s overnight with a calm wind as well. That could lead to a little bit of patchy valley fog. Clear to partly cloudy otherwise, still some haziness and some smoke, lows into the mid-50s. And then tomorrow, we crank the humidity way up again as a warm front comes through. As that warm front comes through, it might just spark a brief shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon. Still a little hazy, but overall less smoke. 61 now, Saranac Lake, 60 in Inlet and Old Forge, Remsen as well, 63 here in town, Herkimer is at 60. It's 62, Springfield, down to Lawrence at 59, as well as Sherburne and Hamilton at the top of the hour. Here's the air quality right now, 67 degrees, 167. So again, that kind of puts us in that borderline healthy to very unhealthy category. But it's really only if you have, like a lung ailment. Wanted to show you this. As we look back at the air quality for the month of June, you remember back to right around the, 4th, 5th, 6th, when it looked like Mars outside. That's when we had the worst air quality. You can see we've been kind of teetering with the green and yellow here, so that's moderate air quality. And then, obviously, today we had some air quality issues. And like we've been saying, this is going to be in and around through the rest of the summer. Check this out. This is courtesy of NASA and the Canadian Resources, Fire Resources. Look at the active wildfires in Canada from coast to coast. Pick a province, and this is why we're going to see this smoke around coming in waves through the rest of the summer. That's just the way it is, Bruce Hornsby. And I think he's called Bruce Hornsby and the Noisemakers. Now, I remember when he was Bruce Hornsby in the Range. Anyway, listen to the mandolin rain. Because, yeah, we're going to have some storms developing, too. The smoke slow to exit. Again, unhealthy for some, not for all. More humidity with more scattered storms as we go into the weekend. Live Doppler radar right now, nice and quiet. You have to go way back here to Michigan to find anything returning to the radar. A little warm front in here. That guy going to work his way to the east, and that's why I think there could be a brief or random pop-up shower or thunderstorm around, especially to the late afternoon and into the evening tomorrow. The humidity goes way up as that warm front goes by. And then we get into the weekend with more scattered storms around, but mainly in the afternoon. We're going to kind of hover around 80 both days, and the humidity will just be drenching. Like, it will be very noticeable. Again, a snapshot for you, wide perspective, watching that area of showers. We had some pretty nasty thunderstorms dive south through Indiana. And again, we're going to have the air quality concerns again tomorrow for sensitive groups. Here's your 7-day forecast. So an isolated storm, an 87 tomorrow, and then more scattered storms mainly in the afternoon. Temperatures over the weekend hover right around 80. Scattered storms Monday, becoming more isolated for the 4th, 85, but there could be a natural firework in there. But I think by the fireworks in the evening, most of that activity should be done. And then we soar to near 90. By late next week.
Definitely looking and feeling like summer on that forecast, Craig.
It's July. That's what happens.
Guess so. All right, thanks. We'll be right back with more Eyewitness News after this. Stay with us.